Hi again. Right now we're looking at our figure 8-3 from our exercise and workbook. I love 8-3. 8-3 is an exercise in mirroring, and it's basically you're going to draw a block. Now, the block is basically like a spacer block. So we're going to end up with a hole here, a set of holes here, and a set of holes in the middle. So we're going to start with the obvious. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to finish out the block. So we're going to use our line command. Okay, we're going to go with our line, and we're going to attach right onto the end of our line right here, drag it straight out. Now, one of those things about this plate is, in reality, this one isn't drawn full size. It's drawn half size in the actual drawing. This is what you're going to see why I don't like to draw anything that's not full size, because this plate is in reality supposed to be 8 inches long. Well, on this, I'm only going to draw it 4 inches long. And it's supposed to be about, let's go up straight up, it's supposed to be 4 inches wide, but I'm only going to go 2. And that'll bring me right back here. See, it's drawn at a half scale, which makes some things very difficult on this. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to identify a point. So I'm going to go to ID, just like we've done before. And I'm supposed to ID this point right up here, this top corner. So I'm going to ID it. Now, I want to put a circle, so I do C for circle. Now, here's the bad part. I'm going to tell that circle to be at 2, minus 1. So it's 2 inches over and down 1. That puts it right smack in the middle of my plate, but having to do that instead of just looking at it, having my sketch in front of me that shows that that's a 8-inch by 4-inch plate, I have to subtract every dimension in half, is going to cause some issues, because that hole in reality is supposed to be 1 inch. But in our case, we're going to draw it at a 1/4 inch radius, because that means it's a 1/2 inch diameter, which will then relate to a 1 inch hole by the scale. See the problem? So, just following the book, it tells me to type in 0.25. There's my hole. That's a lot to get something that's not to scale. Now we're going to do this again. I'm going to use my ID command again, ID, and this time I'm going to identify point D1 again, which is our same point of D1 right there. And this time I'm going to go circle again, and I'm going to put this circle in a slightly different spot. It's going to be over 1.375 and down, so comma, down, minus 1.625. So it's going to be slightly off center. There he is. Now, because of the size of this hole, it's been half sized and half sized again for the radius. It's a diameter of 0.125. So there's the holes. Now, the only thing I have left to do to make this drawing complete is I need to mirror this, because I should have 4 holes this size that are in a square around that, and 4 holes that size in a rectangle. So I'm going to go use my mirror command. I'm going to mirror this circle and this circle. And I'm going to go right off the midpoint of that line straight to my right. There it is. I'm going to highlight all 4 circles there and go mirror from the midpoint here straight up. That's it. That's my plate. It's that simple. But again, like I said, this is one of those reasons I don't like to half size or scale things. A few of our exercises in our text do that, and it's quite awkward and obnoxious, because some students by now, you'll be looking at it, you'll look at the drawing in the text and say, well, I've got the dimensions right here, I can make that, no problem. But because it's all done at a half scale, it messes you up, so you have to subtract and then subtract. And we don't really want to do that. I prefer to draw full scale. Okay? Well, good luck with it, and we'll see you at our next part.